This is my very first debut original feature film, The Mind's Abyss, and it took me 5 years to write the script. Writing my first debut feature film was scary, but it was also exciting. I had all of this emotion inside of me that I wanted to put out to the world and put pen to paper. I really thought it was going to be an easy task to just write a story. I wanted to let you know my personal lessons that I've learned while writing my first film. I thought I could figure it out as I went. I had very little idea on how I wanted my character to be developed and the emotions that he would feel and the obstacles he would face. I felt like I was doing pretty good until it wasn't. I found myself staring at a blank page or a half-finished page for months just because I didn't know where to go. There was no roadmap, no arc. There was just this feeling that I've had that I wanted to put pen to paper, and it was very detrimental to my story. You can have the most beautiful shot ideas, you can have these really cool ideas about certain shots and scenes that happen in the film, but if you don't know how to get there, or how to get there in a coherent way, you don't have a story, you just have brainstorming. Your first draft is not your finished film. I hated my first draft. I printed it out, I read in silence, I gave it to friends. They all said the same exact thing. The story doesn't make sense. If you've got a story in front of you, however long your script is, and you have a finished version, and you read it and you absolutely hate it, that's okay. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, and they just scrap the entire idea instead of seeing what works and what doesn't. Now you can take this first draft, brainstorm off of the ideas that you really do like, and take out some of that fatty nonsense in your story to make it a coherent one. I'll be honest, I didn't know my main character. I didn't know what he felt, what struggles he would face, what obstacles he would overcome, his resolution at the end of the film. It was just, okay, here's where we start, here's where we end, and he just stays the same. In some cases it might work. You know, maybe if you're doing a serial killer horror movie, sure, that'll work. And it took me months to finally step back away from my story and build this world, this character, his feelings, his emotion, because I just turned to myself. You know, I took the guilt I would feel, the pain, the self-doubt, things like that, and I put it into my character. One thing I would advise people to avoid is writing alone. Don't be your own critic and have friends and family read it. Make sure they give you critical feedback, because at the end of the day, this is your art. You want it to be the best version that it can, and you can't do that if someone's just sugarcoating it. You need that constructive criticism, and I think a lot of people don't like that. And as a filmmaker and as a screenwriter, what have you, you need to get that feedback because you'll never grow. I'm sure there's many other lessons that can be taught by great filmmaking YouTubers, but I just wanted to give my personal lessons that I learned that they may not talk about. Not all scripts are going to take as long as mine did, but it will take you some time to feel out your story, build your world, and I promise you, when you finish that last page of your script, it is going to feel like the greatest moment in your life. Whether it's just, an action movie or a mystery or a horror or something so personal to you that you just have to get it out, you are going to be so proud of yourself, and I hope that you love the outcome, because filmmaking is hard, writing emotions is hard, and if you are someone who is putting your raw emotion and trauma onto paper, then I am proud of you, and I hope to see your films one day.